Hey everyone, we are here to talk about proportional relationships today. Now, when you hear proportional relationship, I want you to think about two relationships between things. Um, we usually talk about these during recipes. For example, if you're making a big batch of cupcakes and you need to like double the recipe, you'd be using a proportional relationship. So I'm going to show you how that works. So let's take a look at this example here. So now, if you go to get some chicken and fries, let's say this place that I went to, if you order fries, you get 3 pieces of chicken with it. Okay. Um, and most of us would be able to figure out how many chickens we would get if we did like 4 orders. But let's show you how to do this in case you didn't know. So I have my relationship in a table right here, and we're used to working with tables to solve these things. So I'm going to show you, this is a review of how to pull this out into a ratio or a proportional relationship. So I'm going to get my pen and I'm going to write this as a proportion. So for every 1 order of fries, I get 3 pieces of chicken. Now, I'm going to set this equal to my other proportion where I'm trying to order 4 things of fries. And the number of chicken we get that is a mystery, so I'm going to put a variable. Let's just do x. Now to solve this, I am going to cross multiply. This is an old thing that we've learned and reviewed, so I'm going to go through it kind of quickly. To cross multiply, you take the numbers that are diagonal from each other and they're multiplied together. So 1 times x is just 1x, and we're going to set that equal to the other numbers that are diagonal, and we multiply those together. 3 times 4. Cool. And now we just have to do some solving. 1 times x is just 1x. And 3 times 4 is 12. You can use a calculator if you need to. So this one's actually pretty simple because I don't have to do any dividing. I just have x equals 12. So if I ordered 4 things of fries, I would get 12 chickens with it. Let's try this with some bigger numbers, okay? So let's do smoothies. So if I'm trying to get some smoothies, or maybe I'm making smoothies at home, it says I have 16 bananas for 3 smoothies. How many for 2 smoothies? Move this out of the way. So I made 3 smoothies for my friend last week. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have 16 bananas for 3 smoothies. So I want to make just 2 smoothies, so I don't need as many bananas. So let's see, for 16 bananas on top, I get 3 smoothies. How many would I get if I only want 2 smoothies? Make sure that you line up things horizontally with the same category. So smoothies is on the bottom, so I got to keep smoothies on the bottom on my other new proportion as well. And I don't know how many bananas, so that'll be my variable. Now let's cross multiply. 16 times 2, boop, is going to be equal to 3 times x. Sorry, my drawings are a little bit all over. Boop. There we go. Now I know 16 times 2, but if I don't, I can just use a calculator. Oops, not 11. 16 times 2 is equal to 32. Oops, give me my pen back. I want my pen. 32 is equal to 3x. Now, unlike last time, I have to do some dividing because I don't want 3x's. I need to get x all alone. Now, this is back to solving equations. In order to get x all by itself, 3 times x. I have to get rid of the 3. What's the opposite of timesing? Dividing. So I'm going to divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 gives me just x. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other. 32 divided by 3. 32 divided by 3 equals, oh no, 10.6. I'm not going to be afraid of decimals. Let's just round. So I need 10.6. Let's just round up 7 bananas. So 10 and a little bit more than half of a banana if I want to make 2 smoothies. Cool. So just cross multiply and divide. Let's do another one. We've got chocolate chip cookies. And it says chocolate chips per cookie is 6 per 1. You're going to see things written this way. That's why I've written it like this. But all you have to do is kind of tip it over. The 6 is on top. So I actually have 6 chocolate chip cookies per, 6 chocolate chips per 1 cookie. You're just tipping the way this is written over. So 6 is on top. And that's going to be equal to, they said, what is the value of 6 over 1 if it's equal to x over 12. So don't be fooled. It's the same thing even if it's written with a slash instead of the fraction bar. And we just cross multiply. X times 1, 1x, is going to be equal to 6 times 12. Use your calculator if you're not sure. So I'm going to do that. 6 times 12. 72. So 1x is just x is equal to 72. So that means I would need 72 chocolate chips for 12 cookies. Nice. I like that ratio. I like lots of chocolate chips in my chocolate chip cookies. All right, let's do the next one. We only have 2 more here, so stay with me. All right, let's do, what is the value of 12 over 4 equals 9 over 11? Y. So let's just tilt this over. 12 over 4, and this one we didn't get any numbers. We don't know, or I'm sorry, we didn't get any context. So we don't know if we're talking about bananas or chocolate chips here. Doesn't matter though, we can still use the same work. 12 over 4 is equal to 9 over y. Great. Let's cross multiply. 4 times 9 is going to be equal to 12 times y. I'm going to have to do some division in this one, but we won't be afraid because we have got a calculator and all the tools we need. All right, 4 times 9. Hopefully you know that, but we have a calculator. 4 times 9 is 36, which is equal to 12 y's. Now I have to divide away that 12 because 12 times y is not going to do it. I need to get y by itself. So I got to do the opposite of 12 times y, which is, of course, divided by 12. 12 divided by 12 gives me my 1y all alone. Whatever I do on one side, I got to do on the other. So I'm going to divide by 12 on both sides. Hopefully you remember that from solving equations. If you do not, ask me questions about it. That's totally fine. 36 divided by 12, you might know that in your head, but if you don't, that's okay. It's 3. Y equals 3. All right, let's do the last one together here. Let's finish strong. There's one just like this on tomorrow's activity, so make sure you're following along. We have, if 3 centimeters is equal to 5 miles on a map, so this is like if you're looking at Google Maps, they'll say every 3 centimeters is actually 5 miles in real life. It wants to know how many miles is 15 centimeters. So let's just set it up. We have 3 centimeters, and that's going to be equal, that's a really big 3. 3 centimeters is going to be equal to 5 miles. Here's the part where some of us might make mistakes. It says how many miles is 15 centimeters. So where do I put the 15, on the top or the bottom? Well, my other centimeter is on the top, my 3, so I'm going to keep the centimeters on the top together, and the miles will be on the bottom. That's how I know where it goes. And it wants to know how many miles 15 centimeters is on the map. Let's do our cross multiply. 15 times 5. I don't know that one in my head. I could probably figure it out. 15 times 5 is going to be equal to, you might be getting good at this and not even need to do all this circling, but sometimes it's helpful to organize your thinking that way. 15 times 5 equals 3x. Let's do 15 times 5 in the calculator. 75. Great. So I've got 75 is going to be equal to 3x. Now x isn't alone, so I got to divide. In order to get x alone, I got to divide by 3. Whatever I do on one side, I got to do on the other. 3 divided by 3 leaves me with my x all alone. 75 divided by 3, we might know. But if you don't, you can use your calculator. It's 25. Okay. So 15 centimeters on this map is actually 25 miles in real life. All right, my friends, that is proportional relationships and using cross multiply to solve. If you have any questions, please reach out.